Hi, everyone. Nice seeing you here. So, having a clear vision and business scenarios when deploying the modern workplace is a key success when planning your modern workplace environment. So, in this session, I'm going to help you to find some business scenarios from the field, real cases when the inner loop and the outer loop make sense to your organization. So, hi, my name is Ammar Hassan. I'm from Jordan. Microsoft MVP in Office apps and services. And I have over 14 experience working in collaboration projects across the globe. Recently, I led a big project for a big enterprise with thousands of employees over 70 countries. And I have interesting business scenarios to share with you when it comes to inner and outer loop communication. So let's get started. In this session, we're going to talk about when does it make sense to have an inner loop communication and how Microsoft Teams can help you with that. We're going to talk why the outer loop communication channel is very important. Most organization is fine with email and the inner communication loop, but what about the outer communication loop? How to think about this in a big organizations, and a small organization, multinational organization, and finally why Yammer can be a good choice in planning your outer loop communication. You know, when you plan your modern workplace implementation, it's very important to start. This is what I do. We start with a vision. What's my vision for the modern workplace? It can be something simple like create a safe environment for employees to be more creative. And from that vision, you start with business scenarios. What is the blocker for communication? How can you enhance the collaboration, unlock potential for employees, and then what solutions that can help with that? So this is what we'll start talking about, and I'm going to start to talk about the inner loop. So let me give you a real example of how we thought about the inner loop communication. You know, I work with a multinational company. We have over 17,000 employees across 70 plus countries across the globe. And we have this in the headquarters, we have the head office, we have this business improvement team. Business improvement is trying to find the way to enhance processes and operations. So the business improvement team is trying to contact and work with operation managers in all offices across the globe. They were using email, and it was a nightmare. Imagine just business improvement team in the head office trying to send emails every day with the operation managers, how we can improve this process for the couriers, for example, to be more effective. And we came up, and because our vision is to create a safe environment for people to be productive, we started to see, okay, the business scenario is clear. What is the solution? And since we started to move emails to Office 365, Microsoft Teams was just announced, and we tried Microsoft Teams. So we created a big team with channels for each business processes that we are trying to improve. And then instead of using email, all communication started to flow through Microsoft Teams. They had this big issue with document versioning. And believe me, I saw version 7.5 of a document. And when you talk to people, it's not just reading about this on Microsoft documentation. When you go to the field and see people having multiple versions and just saving that documents to SharePoint will definitely give you this version control. So after we started rolling out this with the business improvement team, the operation managers in all offices, they started to create a new process to improve processes for people in the ground. But now, how can you take feedback from people working on the ground that the new process is effective? So instead of sending emails to everyone about the new processes and taking feedback, we started to use the outer loop communication. So we posted in the outer loop communication that there is a new process happening across all our offices, and we need a feedback from you. People start to log in to the outer loop communication, sending feedback that the new process is good, but it's slowing 1, 2, 3. And it has problem like this, and it does not work in India because we have contractors coming and going on, and the people in the head office did not think about this. So now they are taking the feedback from the outer loop communication like Yammer, feeding it again in the inner loop, which is Microsoft Teams, enhancing the process inside Microsoft Teams, and then posting a new process, version 2, to Yammer. People starting trying the new process, sending feedback, and engaging. So this is where the outer loop and the inner loop meet together to give this the inner loop communication give this sense of purpose. It's like you go to a room and you know everyone inside that room. You are here for one purpose, like the business improvement and the operation manager. While the outer loop, it's like going to an outdoor activity and you don't know everyone, but you want to hear feedback from everyone. So this is one of example where the outer loop and inner loop work for us to improve the processes across our operation across the globe. Let me start talking about the outer loop communication. Most organizations stop here. Like, this is the inner loop communication. We have email, we have SharePoint. But the real power, the true indicator that the company is transforming is when you unleash the power of the outer loop. And with the outer loop communication, I'll give you a couple of examples how we did that. And we have this great power. And believe me, when you see the engagement of employees, things changing in the ground, people engaging, it's like giving voice to everyone in the company to speak up, express themselves, and be more innovative without fear, because emails are more official. Not everyone even have email in the company, but everyone can have an account in the outer loop communication. One of the examples is we have a big sustainability program, and people sending emails about this sustainability program. So what we did is we create a group in Yammer about this sustainability program, and we start posting updates about what we are doing in that program. People now joining the company start seeing that page in Yammer and start learning about the culture, about the organization. Another interesting example is, we have offices in poor countries, and one of the culture objective that we have is to have a big program to help poor people. So what we did is we created a group in Yammer, and we started to talk about the initiative we did to help poor people and ask for volunteers. So in the weekend, we need someone to help us deliver food or fix a door or paint a wall. And when we start to post those in Yammer and the outer loop communication, people start to react and posting pictures about fixing a door in Ghana or something. And then other people start to be jealous, and we want to go next time. And this drives a whole motion inside the organization. And when you're talking about the culture, this drives the culture of the organization. Another example that we have, which is a very, very good example, is our organization went through a big digital transformation project. And we have a new CEO, and he's doing a lot of announcement, a lot of changing across the organization, a lot of interviews. He is visiting every office in the companies, doing bold announcements. So instead of going to email communication, and since we have this buy-in from management, every C-level announcement in the company is now posted in Yammer. That means that if you want to know about what's happening in the company, and you want to know about what's happening in the company, you go to the outer loop communication and see the announcement from the C-level and management people. Not only that, you can see that, you can engage, speak up, give feedback, talk freely, because it's less formal than email communication. How many times C-level people sending emails and getting replies from first-line workers, right? But the fear is less when there is an outer loop communication, and you can see the replies from many people, likes, and you can reply at that. And one of the things that we are doing in terms of the outer loop communication is in IT. Imagine deploying Office 365 across thousands of users, across tens of offices in 70 countries, and just imagine how much effort you want to drive adoption. What we did, we started with this tips and trick. We created a site, a group in Yammer, about tips and tricks, things to learn, quizzes, context in Yammer. And every time we deploy Office 365, We engage people. There's a group in the outer loop communication about new things. Every day there is a tip. So every day, this is what you can do with OneDrive. Another day, this is how you share externally. Another time, this is how you can share externally with expiry link so that you don't worry about security. And you can see people not just engaging, see people asking questions, and see people from my team replying. And it can be two-way communication. What's really powerful is we started to post these videos about how to do things in Office 365 in Microsoft Stream. So we are using video recording to how to do external sharing in OneDrive, how to create a team site, post those in Stream, and then using Yammer to point out people to those information about how to use the product. Another thing that we are using Yammer is user voice. You know, you have user voice in Office 365 where ITs can suggest things. We have user voice where people can ask about things that they want to see. So perhaps we did not deploy Planner yet because we are focusing in SharePoint. So using user voice, people start, okay, I want a tool to help me manage my task. Can I use this third-party tool? So my team will reply back and say, okay, hold on, we are deploying Planner next time, next month. So this two-way communication is what the outer loop is all about. Another good example is what we are doing with Yammer and engaging the community with Yammer is, while using Office 365, we are so interested in the Champions program. You know, when you deploy Office 365 in big enterprise, you cannot just go to each office and train everyone with Office 365. What we did is we focus in a couple of power users in each department. So if we are in Dubai office, we go to the finance department, we pick someone from the finance department, someone from the accounting department, someone from the logistics department, and we train those people with the latest Office 365 updates that we have, and we nominate them as champions. So we have champions from all offices around the globe. We train them remotely, we give them the new updates, they help us, help other employees learn about Office 365. But how can you group all those champions in one channel and then communicate with them, hear their feedback? Perhaps they want more training, they hear about a new problem they want to solve. So we use Yammer to create a big group of champions. And when you are at champions, you just go there and see what's new in Office 365. We send updates about new releases. They send us back about problems they are facing. And this is how we do the outer loop communication in a big enterprise. Now, at that time, the company was trying to evaluate another third-party outer loop communication. And we were asked to choose between which outer loop communication to use for environment. You know, there are a lot of outer loop communication out there. So my team worked on, okay, when you choose outer loop communication, what really matters is, what are the file and sharing capabilities? Can I search across all my outer loop communication, across replies and across conversations? What about external access and, most importantly, security and compliance, right? So when it comes to Yammer and when it comes to files and sharing experience, most outer loop communication platforms out there, they encourage the use of onboarding external storage system like Dropbox, Google Drive, or even OneDrive, which means that when you upload something there, data will be hosted outside the reach of IT and it cannot be even searched. While in Yammer, as we all know, the vision is any file that you upload in Yammer will be hosted in SharePoint Online, which is the same platform that we invested a lot in security and in planning and standardizing and helping secure that platform. So Yammer is not just a standalone product. It's part of a big family of this universal toolkit. What can you do with Yammer and how it integrates with each others? So Yammer can take advantage of the Office 365 groups using the connected Office 365 groups. It can use the same graph that we use and love across Office 365 family. And your investment that you did in security and compliance in Office 365, it's coming to Yammer. Another thing that I love about Yammer is, from Yammer, you can post to a channel in Microsoft Teams, and when you are inside Microsoft Teams, you can add a tab and add a Yammer page there. So while you're doing the inner loop communication, you can just quickly have a look to what's happening in the outer loop, get a feedback, and continue working. I guess the investment in Yammer, if you're using Office 365, is huge. It's free if you are in Office 365. You don't need to pay another additional cost if you are going to another outer loop communication. This is how we deployed Yammer. This is how we used Yammer to give people voice. It helped the whole organization move as a once, because you start seeing what's happening in the new office. If you are a multinational company like I was, you can see, if you are here, you can see what's happening in Dubai office, in Dublin office, and all the people. We have even created an interest groups in Yammer for pets, for example. People start to share their pets' photos, and you start to engage with the whole company. So I hope I could help you reimagine what you can do with Yammer, with the outer loop communication. And believe me, the true indicator of change of culture in any organization, it starts with the inner loop, but the true tune, the true indicator is the outer loop. And this is what I hope I could help you discover. I hope that you fill the evaluation form. I work with Yammer and other outer loop communication platforms. So if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, if you have what we can do, if you want to share your story, just reach out. I will be here answering any of your questions. Thank you very much.